Hello all, I hope you're well. Today we continue our small series on the greatest personalities of modern world, and our second character is none other than Jeff Bezos, chairman and CEO of Amazon. Often shaken by the public press for various reasons, it is today the biggest fortune in the world according to the prestigious magazine Forbes. But before I tell you more, I remind you that you can subscribe to my channel and activate notifications by clicking on the little bell under the video, so you don't miss any of my next videos. Come on, let's go friends, let's discover Jeff's life together. Jeffrey Preston Jorgensen, otherwise known as Jeffrey Bezos, was born on January 12, 1964. His mother, still very young, was then let down by her husband and at the time who gives up by same occasion Jeffrey. The latter will remarry a year later without ever hearing from their child. His mother, still in her teens, quickly makes the acquaintance with a Cuban immigrant, settled in the United States since its 15 years. Miguel Bezos then adopts little Jeff and raises him as his own son for the rest of his life. We quickly discover that Jeffrey is a gifted kid with a great IQ. After high school, he entered the prestigious Princeton University in 1986, where he obtained his Bachelor's of Arts and Science, where he specialized in computer sciences. He will subsequently work in different Wall Street financial firms. Discovering at the same time that the internet is becoming something very important in the lives of Americans, Jeff Bezos wishes to be a part of the internet adventure, and in 1995 created the first draft of Amazon. Wishing to make it the largest bookstore in the world accessible to all, it places Amazon's headquarters at Seattle, and in fact the company we know today. In 2019, the company's turnover was $280.5 billion, and becomes the world's largest online sales company. After the creation of Amazon, Jeff Bezos founded in 2000 another company specialized in the stock market, and another for travel space, that has fascinated him since his early childhood. He injects about $1 billion in its businesses every year. In 2013, he became the owner of the Washington Post. He will be moreover strongly criticized by the current head of state, Donald Trump, accusing him of buying the newspaper for reasons of tax fraud. Finally, in 2016, he founded Amazon Prime, allowing its customers to subscribe and enjoy express delivery. The system serves also to overshadow Netflix by offering a platform identical and offering various films, series, and books. Jeff Bezos' routine. The richest man in the world leads a very particular. While his peers brag about having to get up every early and working long days, Jeff Bezos does all the opposite. He never gets up before 6 a.m. He also has to decide to wake up naturally. This technique, too, has been put forward by researchers explaining that we were much more creative and in a better mood when we listen to our bodies and our sleep. Jeff's day always begins with reading the newspaper, which he completes by watching other news via his phone. He takes then his breakfast and his children around 8 hours. He also appreciates the traditional American breakfast. Not divorced from Mackenzie Tuttle, yet it is she who for 28 years prepared delicious recipes for him in varied regular recipes. Indeed, Jeff Bezos loves to vary what he eats, and especially in the morning. Before 9 a.m., he drops off his 4 children at school. Total in the mornings, he spends 3 hours with his family. He will not open their first emails until after 9 a.m., once they arrive at the job. No meeting is then organized before 10 a.m. These are also always scheduled before lunch, between 10 and 12 hours. Jeff Bezos believes that we think less went well on a full stomach, and it is easier to doze off sitting in a chair after a good meal, and that's not wrong. The meetings are made up of very small committees. To give you an order idea, we only order 2 pizzas for meetings. His work days never end after 5 p.m. Jeff Bezos therefore spends less than 7 hours a day at his desk. Over there, then he dines with his family and even does the dishes. For the anecdote, Jeff Bezos is one of the libertarians. You do not know what that is, do you? I explain to you. Libertarianism is a political philosophy which considers that a just society is a society that respects and protects the freedom of each individual to exercise his full right of ownership over himself and over what he has. legitimately acquired. Jeff Bezos is therefore part of this movement and even a donor of the libertarian ideas laboratory called Reason Foundation. Also know what he is involved in the transhumanist movement, in which he invested $42 billion for the creation of a mechanical clock located in Texas, and which has given the exact time for the next 10,000 years. Amazon. Today, Amazon is an online sales platform that found all around the globe, allowing millions of people to buy almost anything. Yet she is very often put forward and has even been called the evil empire by some. And it is true that although Amazon is super convenient to find everything we need on a daily basis, the empire of online sales is somewhat borderline. Often criticized on the condition of its work for its employees forced to wear electronic bracelets to monitor all their actions, Jeff Bezos had yet to repeatedly promise improvements that his employees are still waiting for in 2020. But we can also talk about very regular tax manipulation by the company. Moreover, in Europe, Amazon has repeatedly been fined for regularizing their tax situation. So yes, Amazon is a bit scary. Giant of the sector, Amazon knows very little about the competition and is not afraid to crush the little ones to always recover more profits. Amazon breaks most of its prices and doesn't hesitate to push for overcompensation to earn more and more. On the ecological side, Amazon is not a good student either. Delivery to home is less than 24 hours is certainly a real revolution, very practical, but extremely polluting. Not to mention the Godzilla-sized servers fed by power plants. Coal, even more polluting. Not terrible, therefore, the footprint ecological from Amazon. Yet Jeff Bezos says he's concerned about climate change. Moreover, it has recently funded initiatives to fight against the last, thanks in part to its foundation, Bezos Earth Fund. At launch, Jeff Bezos endows it with $10 billion coming directly from his personal fortune. These funds should subsidize nature protection projects led by scientists and NGOs around the world. Jeff Bezos' lifestyle. The richest man in the world is now the head of Amazon, but also a colossal real estate empire. Lately, he has offered the most expensive house in Los Angeles and probably in its surroundings. The house is estimated to be over $165 million. The villa was designed in the 1930s and called the Warner Estate. Located in Beverly Hills, it houses guest rooms, a tennis court, and a 9-hole golf course. However, last I heard, Jeff Bezos is not a big car fan and not the type to drive every day with big cars. He would still ride his good old Honda 1996 Accord. Far from the glitter, this car is worth today about $4,000. However, although the boss of Amazon does not know the style to throw his fortune in cars out of town, price, or yachts at $400 million, he nevertheless offered himself a private plane. For the more expert, this is a Gulfstream G650ER. This aircraft can carry up to 8 people and would have cost $65 million. For everything else, Jeff Bezos stays quite discreet, and it is difficult to tell you which smartphone or which computer he uses, especially since the history of hacking sound phone by a Saudi prince. Well, in any case, this man still remains a very strong inventor and is a fairly respectable businessman despite errors. And what do you think? And that's it for the life of the richest man in the planet. Moreover, Jeff Bezos' fortune now stands at $138 billion. Since the start of the epidemic, the boss of Amazon would have added almost $30 billion to his wallet. That's all for today. We hope your video has made you more. Moreover, this is the case. Do not hesitate to give us a blue thumb if you have any questions or add anything. Don't hesitate to let us know in the comment. Finally, do not hesitate to subscribe to my channel and activate the notifications by clicking on the bell so you don't miss any of my next videos. On these good words, I wish you all a very good day. See you next time. Ciao. Hey everybody, it's Nathan, the English voiceover guy for aTech English. Hope you enjoyed this video. I know I enjoy making it. If you'd like to hear more from me, you can find my channel right here on YouTube under Nathan Blake Games. I play indie horror games. We always have a good time. Thank you so much for seeing the next one, and for now, sayonara.